first and goal. A chance for an early statement. Here's Jackson. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Lawrence got it in goal.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they...
That's Guy. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. From the gun, Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Great play there. His second touchdown on the season. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Patriots are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Harris running straight ahead, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Jones completes this one. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. Oh, nice move. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. John Ross, the one he was looking for, but it's going to be second down. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher, but here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's now the chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafted, and inserted them into their lineup. Oh, it's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through a completion there. Nate Drive, the starter quick field position, is facing 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This one fielded at the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. Jones throw taken in by Bourne. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They hand this off to Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing Jones. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And he will have the Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 36.
When Devontae Parker can play a full schedule, he can be a lot to handle for NFL defenses. 8 years in the league, but only one where he's played all the games in the regular season. But in that regular season, over 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nice catch there for a first down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 48 yards away. Folk's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The 40. Marcus Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point up and good by Folk, and we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
Yeah, he just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. He'll decide to keep this once more. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know, head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Now Folk for the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone. Moore gets set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Jackson, options out left. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. He's able to call his own number for 8 that time, but it leaves him with a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. And now hang on here. Looks like we have an injured player. Yeah, Mark Andrews is in some discomfort. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. On 2nd and 9. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the option right is Jackson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll run with Dobbins. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Christian Barmore. And they're going to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters. Back now in Foxborough. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end. Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution. Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going. Out right to Bourne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come out on 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run. And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs.
But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. The offense on third down, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Off the play fake, Jones. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down.
Now that's a big pickup right there. And so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking up play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
Second, third levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got Smith here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. They'll run with Harris. And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offense, it's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making...
The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first down carry for Harris. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Jones. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 20-13, 1:45 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Jackson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They're going for it with Dobbins. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Patriots are close to finishing off this football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now Jones. Right side, Thornton with it. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Obviously, Charles, such an important, well-executed touchdown, and that caps off what has been a strong second half. Remember, they trailed at halftime.
And how about the response? That's the type of thing that every team talks about before a season begins. Don't worry about the scoreboard at the half. Let's play strong in the second and come out and take the fight to our opponent. They did exactly that, and now they have the lead to show for it.
Folk connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. This one fielded at the 5. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Jackson's throw there into the hands of Ross. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always
These players are on the last year of their contract. Choose from 4 preset offers that range in level of risk.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
It's Rodgers.
This one swung out here to Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds. Here's Rodgers to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you,
the numbers on the ground for Jones last week, 21 carries, 56 yards.
there were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that,